A young Tasmanian has turned the most devastating experience into a positive, following the death of his brother almost 2.5 years ago. Speak Up, Stay Chatty started off as a simple bumper sticker, but it's now one of the state's most recognisable suicide prevention programs. Tonight, campaign founder Mitch McPherson shares his story with WIN's Brent Costelloe.
In January 2013, Mitch McPherson had just arrived home from work and was preparing dinner with his partner when he received a phone call that would turn his life upside down.
It's not a blur, like I remember it distinctly, and unfortunately go back to that night quite a lot in my life, but a horrible night that you wouldn't wish upon anyone to have to go through. His
mother rang with the shocked news that his 18-year-old brother Ty had taken his own life.
Very happy-go-lucky guy. Someone that if you met or knew, you would think had the world at his feet and wouldn't have had an issue going on in his life at all.
But after looking back on his brother's behaviour prior to his death, he acknowledges the warning signs were there.
He'd just want to be by himself, wouldn't join us at the dinner table, or would just want to walk and be on his own, wouldn't want to kick the footy or come out and play soccer.
With his family distraught, McPherson thought of a unique way to help them grieve.
I just came up with the idea overnight that a car sticker would, lift our spirits as a community on the Eastern Shore struggling without him.
And that's when Speak Up, Stay Chatty was born.
I think it definitely helped us in that initial stage to get through the grief we're all going through.
After selling more than 10,000 stickers and wristbands, the campaign grew to the next level. McPherson and 6 of his closest mates held a charity run from Burnie to Hobart.
As I say now, it was the awakening of Stay Chatty. People had heard about it and didn't really know.
He then formed a partnership with one of the country's biggest community-based support services. The new role has given him the chance to deliver his story to school groups and sporting teams. A footballer himself, McPherson recently spoke to the playing group at his former club, Clarence.
There's just something when you lose someone to suicide that's just a lot harder to bear. You can't help that feel guilty that you weren't there for that person and didn't open up your door or realise that they were struggling.
Being a younger guy, especially I think younger men can relate to me. And
the main thing I live with now is the fact that I think if I'd actually had a bit of a knowledge on it, or if there was a Stay Chatty around a couple of years ago that I'd embraced it, I probably definitely could have saved Ty's life. Whilst it's easy for me to stand up here and say go chat to your mates or go chat to your parents or a relative, we're not all comfortable enough to do that, mainly because of the stigma. I'm sure a lot of the reason he didn't come forward was because he probably worried about people around him and what they'd say.
Through his connections, Mitch has also managed to secure some of the biggest names in Tasmanian sport as ambassadors for the program.
Leaving us behind in suicide awareness is something that I'm not going to stand up for, and I suppose I really want to see Tasmania on the forefront of saving their young kids' lives and promoting a healthy lifestyle.
Now McPherson is looking to the future and one day hopes Speak Up, Stay Chatty becomes Australia's leading suicide prevention program.
I go back to being a glazer every day to have Ty back, but for the stars align and for some reason this is what I've been thrown into and what I'm passionate about. So I can't believe where it's got to, but I think it has got to where it's got to because the message is just so simple.
For more information on Speak Up, Stay Chatty, visit the organisation's website.
If you do see that logo, just stop for a couple of minutes in your life and give yourself a bit of an evaluation on how you're going. But equally important to that is to, when you go to your sporting club, your workplace or home that night, look out for the signs.
Brent Costelloe, WIN News.
And if you or anyone you know needs help or support, you can contact Lifeline on 13 11 14.